Welcome back to Sports Comedy. Usually this is our question and answer segment, and it still is, but Mike's going to tell us a little something about a Mariner who we dearly lost 2 years ago. Mike, the floor is yours, buddy.
Thanks very much. Earlier today, I was actually looking on ESPN, and I decided to do a little search on Greg Holman. As you know, 2 years ago, we lost Greg Holman. His brother stabbed him to death. And there's a story on the days leading up to it. It's called 17 Days in November. We will put the link in the description below so that you can read this powerful story about Greg's last few days with us. And to tell you the truth, I knew him. I saw him. I actually talked with him a few times when he was with the Rainiers. Alex met him a few one time, I believe, didn't you?
Yep, just one time. Just had a brief conversation with him. I just said, "Hey, nice job." Shook his hand. Seemed like a very nice kid.
And he was a very nice kid, and we do miss him. And I believe that if he would have stayed with the ball, if he was alive today, he would actually be dominating for us.
No doubt about it, man. He kicked ass. He was actually pretty damn good.
He was. All right, so let's go ahead and get to our question and answer segment. Austin, of course, or excuse me, not Austin, but Alex actually had the questions, but I actually have two questions that were tweeted to me. And the first question is, since you are a 90s baby, what was your favorite sports moments in the 1990s that you remember?
Mike, this one may have to be all you, dude.
Well, to tell you the truth, I've got a lot of them. For one thing, I actually went to a few 1995 playoff games that the Mariners played in. But of course, the 1995 Division Series Game 5 was one of them. A lot of moments, to tell you the truth, was watching Ken Griffey Jr. and just fly in the outfield and, you know, especially going to the last game at the Kingdome, and then going to my first game at Safeco where Griffey hit a home run. And, you know, like I said, a lot of the sports moments I remember in the 90s was filled with Ken Griffey Jr., and that was very memorable.
The only thing that comes to memory for me is when I was maybe 3 years old. This was when they were back in the Kingdome, but according to my mom, we went to a game, and now that a few years ago, I was thinking about that, like, man, I really went to a game in the Kingdome, and that's when I remember, oh yeah, the Mariner Moose was right in front of me. So that's the only thing that I remember was seeing the Mariner Moose, and that's all.
And if you remember, back in the 90s, that was when Tiger Woods was actually good.
Yes, exactly right. Next question.
Okay, the next question, we're gonna keep these anonymous, but the next question says, if you could own one of the Seattle teams, only one, which would you choose, and why would you want to own them?
I can answer that. Seahawks.
Okay, I was gonna let Alex go first.
Seahawks, and I tell you what, man, if I could own them right now, I would. They are in the peak of what is going to be a damn good Seahawks team for a long time to come. You got the 12th man, and that's one of the main reasons. Every home game that I would go to and watch, the crowd would be rocking. Russell Wilson's going to be with us for a while. Same with Sherman and Lynch. This whole team is set for a while. I say Hawks all the way.
Oh, there you go. Well, since you own the Seahawks, I would actually have to go with the Seattle Mariners. And the reason why is because I'm tired of the ownership that is currently owning the team, the evil Nintendo company. Because for one thing, the owner has never once gone to a game.
Ouch.
And to tell you the truth, if I was the owner, I would basically lower the prices on tickets, the food, basically, and the merchandise. Because if you do go to a game, the tickets are overpriced, the food's overpriced, drinks are overpriced, everything's overpriced.
Everywhere you go is overpriced, like the movies, for crying out loud.
Yeah, but I mean, but they're overpriced more than what other stadiums are doing.
Yeah, true.
All right, well, those are the questions that I had. Alex, you had a few.
Yes, I guess today we're going to stick with the sports questions today. And the first one, this one came from me at school and said, "Hey, Alex, Let's see. Should I answer this one? I'll answer this one since it hasn't been really brought up. Any shot in hell the Huskies win the Pac-12 tournament? I say
No.
I say hell no, dude. This was a bad year for the Huskies. Am I gonna root for them? Oh, hell yeah. Because you know what? Anything can happen. I remember 2 years ago on the phone with my uncle screaming my lungs out after Isaiah Thomas hit that game-winning buzzer to beat Arizona. Not saying that like something like that can happen again. This Husky team is just so far from good. They are so mediocre. I'm going to say no, but do not be surprised if the Huskies make it interesting, though, because anything can happen in the Pac-12 tourney.
That is true. I'm gonna go ahead and answer it. I'm gonna say no because, to tell you the truth, these Huskies have not once impressed me all season long. They haven't. And Alex, do me a favor. Pull up Isaiah Thomas's game-winning shot on YouTube really quick, and we'll listen to that. And let's go ahead and listen to that because I know a lot of Husky fans would love to listen to that again.
Oh, Gus Johnson on the call. And then after this, I've got a really, really good question that I want to get to.
Yeah, and continuing before he plays a clip, Gonzaga will be probably ranked number 1 by the end of this week. And even though that Alex does not care for Gonzaga, he says that he wishes them luck.
I do.
And I have a feeling that they are going to be national champions.
And we're tied at 75 again. Isaiah, shot clock turned off. Game clock at 8. He's going to do it himself. Thomas, shake, crossover, step back. At the buzzer, Young, safe, and Washington wins it on a last-second J.
Cold-blooded.
Was he doing that with the Huskies? But he's still doing that in the NBA right now. He's doing very well.
Exactly. And I have Mike, this will be our last question before we head out of here. A good question, by the way. Hey, Alex, what are you looking forward to next year? The Huskies with their better recruiting, the Seahawks, or the Mariners? Note, he put, note, Seahawks will already be better with an improved Russell Wilson, and the Mariners should be World Series ready next year. So he's asking, do we want the Huskies with their recruiting, improved Russell Wilson and the Seahawks, or improved Mariners? Oh, my God.
That's a great question. I can't answer it. I'll have to say I'm looking forward to all of them.
Yeah, I'm going to cheat here, man. Keith Price is going to have a Heisman year next year because all the guys on O-line are coming back. The Huskies are going to be ready to go in that new stadium. Seahawks, oh my God. Seahawks are going to be even better. I think Super Bowl. Mariners.
I'm going to actually interrupt you really quickly. I'm sorry, but Bishop Shanky, if he continues to play the way he did last year when he came in for, what's-his-face?
Jesse Callier.
Yeah, because if Bishop continues to do what he did last year, he's going to be a Heisman candidate too.
Yeah, so I'm going to cheat and just say all 3 of them. And that is pretty much it for us.